Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all feeling blessed. Hope y'all been thriving, living, and not just surviving. Alright, I want to give you a few tips just to walk around with. It's gonna be for my men, it's gonna be for my women, it's gonna be for my children, my people out there. Just principles that I've used to be able to live and standard my life off of, to build a more thorough mindset when it comes to how I view myself. Now, there's always going to be practices and rehearsals you're going to always have to do to just keep yourself in position, to have the right state of mind, to have the right focus, the right thoughts about yourself. But despite that, you also can develop a somewhat of a muscle memory in regards to how you view yourself, keeping the brain in a certain place. All right. Now we're gonna talk about confidence. Confidence is important. Confidence is not the only thing you can have, because you can have confidence in yourself in the wrong way. I do want to make that clear. There's a lot of people out there that can have confidence and it can be used in the wrong way. All right. But despite wrong or right, it is a fundamental element that you need to have a strong mind. All right. And when I say a strong mind, I'm just saying simply you being able to believe in yourself enough to know who you are when you stand amongst others, regardless of how high or how low they are. You know how to maintain the confidence of who you are. All right. So number one, I'm gonna say it's very important to know your own weaknesses. You should not confide in others being the only ones who know your weakness, because a lot of times people look for ways to disguise their weakness and hide their weakness, and this puts them in a position where they start living to prove themselves to others. Proving yourself to others is not a bad thing in essence, but in most cases it's very toxic, because a lot of times you create this character, this person, this state of mind that is only there to fulfill the needs of somebody else's standard that they may have set, or that they may not even say. You just believe that it's there in your own mind. So I think it's very important to understand how to balance that train of thought. Second, outside of knowing your own weaknesses, you must know your strengths. All right. And I said weaknesses first for a reason, because I believe that a lot of times you can have strong-minded people out there, strong-willed people out there, but when you hit them where weakness at, it's what cripples us. You know what I'm saying? From a general aspect, I believe that's very important to know your weakness first, because your weakness teaches you where you should work, where you should build. We all have them. We all got areas that we are weak in, areas that we lack more in than others. Outside of that, we got our strengths. Our strengths are very important to know, because your strengths are what you manifest before people to show who you are. All right? You don't have to chase their attention. I never chase people's attention. I don't chase nobody's attention to show them how strong I am. I just take advantage of the moment that's presented before me, so I can show who I am, not because I am trying to prove to myself that I'm something that I'm not. I just show up and I be who I am. And a lot of times, this is the third thing that I'm gonna say. You're gonna have to do that shadow work. You're gonna have to do that dig work. You're gonna have to do that grit work, that mirror work, that silent alone time. Once you know what your weaknesses are in your private time, you should take a lot of time to rehearse the person that you're desiring to become. It's a difference between somebody being fake and somebody trying to learn how to be the real version or the true version of themselves, and you're trying to walk out what you desire to be. It's a difference. You're not putting on the show. The intention is going to be completely different, because somebody could be fake and say, hey, I know I'm not this person, but I'm going to be like this when I get in front of other people. It's completely different than you saying, hey, I know I ain't the person like this completely yet, but I'm going to work and build myself up to be this person. And some of that stuff may look the same, but in essence, it's different. All right, so I definitely want you to keep that in mind. No. Another thing I want you to keep in mind is Don't let people run over you, all right? It's going to be important because a lot of times when people see that you have gifts, when people see that you have a unique essence about yourself, and this is the beauty about it. The unique essence that I'm talking about is not even you trying to flex who you are. Don't ever get in front of people and try to flex who you are. But you will develop yourself and others will come around and see that you are developed. And in their mind, they will get intimidated and you will start to see jealous responses. You will see heavy criticism. There's always critique and it's never a praise. All right? I'll be very careful of people like that because when you are a person that think high of yourself, or even if you don't think super high of yourself, but you just don't think low of yourself and other people think that about themselves, a lot of times they struggle when they get around you because they have not learned to confide in themselves, but they confide in the image of being something to other people. So they're so stuck on how other people see them that they can't see themselves. All right. This is very important, man. Very important. I always mention this when I talk. I talk about one of my elders, Malek Musha. I am his part who deems him. But I'm going to bring this up. Something that I always mention and I always quote amongst my body, amongst my community. And I always quote and talk about to people that come across me and my path and in my journey, and I'm able to share from the streams of water that I've been able to drink from. A man must have insight. You must know where you are inside. You must know who you are inside. You must know what you struggle with inside. You must have foresight. You must be able to look forward in your future and know where to go. You see? You must have hindsight. You must be able to look back at your past and know in your past what are the things that have affected me, what have slowed me up, what gave me the upper hand when I did this in the past, what happened to somebody before me in the past, how did they do it? And then the most important part is the one that I think is the most essential one, is having oversight. Oversight gives you a view of every angle, all right? Chess. Alright, so keep that in mind. It's your brother Zamar with Dear Them Crown Thinking. I pray y'all are blessed. I hope that this message can help you. And if it does, share it with your people. Share it with your young brother. Share it with your little cousin. Share it with your granddad. Share it with your uncle. We're just trying to get this thing pushed out. Also, if you are local in Augusta, Georgia, if you are in South Carolina and Columbia, if you are in Ripley, Tennessee, if you are in Memphis, Tennessee, if you are in Covington, Tennessee, wherever you at, tap in with me. I'm willing to come and help at your schools, at your churches. Just help develop the young men to be princes and give them the mind of a noble. Make sure y'all tap in with Dear Damn Crown Thinking. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Hallelujah.